I'm Ray Helmkamp, Executive Director of Central County Services, and we are pleased that you're here to share with us this moment in time. Welcome to our 50th year anniversary celebration. Our story began in 1965 when the state legislature passed the Texas Mental Health and Mental Retardation Act, creating a system of community centers covering all the counties in the state of Texas. 2 years later, in 1967, a local attorney, Jack Tarver, who soon became the center attorney, and the county judge, Clausen, created the Bell County MH&M Center, which began its operations in the basement of the Bell County Courthouse in downtown Belton. In February '73, the Bell County Center for MH&M Services moved to its new offices in the Hahn Hotel in downtown Temple. 1 year later, the Central County's Board of Trustees voted to expand its boundaries to include Coryell, Milam, Lampasas, Hamilton, and Erath counties, thereby creating Central County Center for MH&M Services. In August 1975, Central County Services moved to its new headquarters in King's Daughters Hospital building at 304 South 22nd Street, and that's where we are today. The Board of Directors of King's Daughters and the Board of Directors of Central County signed a 15-year lease. 8 years into the lease, the Board of Directors of King's Daughters voted to waive the remaining 7 years and to deed the land on the hospital to Central County Services. 1 year later, Erath County became part of Pecan Valley MH&M, and the 5 counties were established: Bell, Milam, Coryell, Hamilton, Lampasas, and we still have these 5 counties today. Over the next 13 years, offices were established from Central Counties in Gatesville, Hamilton, Lampasas, Coppers Cove, and Killeen. Significantly, in 1981, the Early Childhood Intervention Program was established, which provided services to toddlers between the ages of 0 and 3 with developmental delays. In mid-1987, the Bell County Commissioners Court donated a 3-acre site of land in the industrial section of Temple to house the sheltered workshop for individuals with developmental disabilities. In late 1988, Mrs. Frank Mayborn donated 17,500 square feet of building in downtown Killeen, which was the old Killeen Daily Herald building, to house the Adult Mental Health Clinic, a day rehabilitation site for persons with intellectual disabilities, and Head Start. In 1992, the Home and Community-Based Services program was created, including a 24/7 residential living component, nursing, behavioral supports, vocational services, and case management for people with intellectual disabilities. From 1967 to the present, Central County Services, with its 3 major program areas, has successfully navigated the influence of national and state trends, including the movement from institutions to community-based services, and the move to client and parent-directed services, which is self-determination.
I think our greatest service to Central Texas has been helping individuals, regardless of their disability, whether it's an intellectual disability or a mental illness, or the children that we serve in ECI, is I would say teaching individuals to be as independent as they possibly can and to maintain their placement in the community.
Over the years, Central County Services has received numerous grants and have initiated many programs and projects, too many to name. Our community partners are many and varied, including federal, state, county, city governments, Fort Hood and veterans groups, Central Texas Council of Governments, private IDD providers, housing agencies, local hospitals, Temple and Killeen free clinics, homeless coalitions, local law enforcement agencies, and of course individual practitioners.
We need to talk about mental health. We need to talk to law enforcement about mental health. We need to talk to organizations that work with people about mental health. We need to talk to housing people about mental health. We need to let you all know that mental health is real, but it is also very manageable. And the person who may be living with a mental illness is a person like anybody else.
The value of Central Counties is immense to the clients, to the families, to the guardians, to our partners in the community?
I think our greatest service to Central Texas has been the continuum that we can now offer now that ECI is under the umbrella of Central Counties, because families can find a place to get services from the time their child is born until they pass on. And so that is really a unique thing, I think, for families to be able to find that kind of support for their entire family member's life.
So from our humble beginnings with 4 employees in the basement of the county courthouse in downtown Belton to where we are today, 318 employees strong, covering 5 counties with 16 sites, 7 mental health clinics, 4 IDD training centers, 3 early childhood intervention sites, with a total budget of $23.8 million. Our core consumer base still remains persons with mental illness, persons with intellectual disabilities, and toddlers with developmental delays. In adult mental health, we serve an average of 2,000 served unduplicated per month, with 68,000 annual services. In children's mental health, 290 unduplicated consumers per month served, with 14,000 annual services. In IDD, 741 served per month, with 85,000 annual services. And in ECI, 640 served unduplicated consumers with 35,000 annual services. And as I told my staff recently, every number represents a person and a chance to touch that person's life, to assess their goals, to revise their goals and plan, to help the consumer in recovery, and to help them achieve their maximum independence in the community.
You know, even though I was not directly involved with the care of our clients, when I would see a client or clients start doing better than they had been, I felt like I was a part of it, even though I didn't have a thing to do with their treatment or anything. It made me so proud to work here, knowing that they were getting the help that they needed. So I will always be grateful to the center for what they're doing and helping people the way they are.
Our foundation principle remains to enhance the lives of the people we serve. Our strategic plan is really based upon 3 goals: to be recognized service expert in the Central Texas for persons with mental illness, intellectual disabilities, and substance use disorders; to create a center identity based on values, collaborations, competence, and creativity; and to solidify and/or establish consumer-based partnerships with community stakeholders, for which many are here tonight. Once again, folks, thank you for sharing your time in our 50th year anniversary celebration.